Welcome back, bro. It's been how long has it been? Like almost 2 years since we did a podcast together, bro.
Yeah, it feels like it. I think a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody, to the Millennial Podcast, and we're on episode, if I remember, 7. If I'm mistaken, it'll be episode 8. So, correct me if I'm wrong when you see it on the YouTube channel. But anyway, let's talk about, bro. Let's talk about your weight loss journey because you are literally looking awesome. You lost all that weight that you gained and you are literally strong looking, healthy too.
Yep.
Dude, you are looking good, bro. What made you want to lose the weight again?
Um, I mean, a lot of things, but ultimately, I think it's just looking at yourself, or look at least me looking at myself, and not feeling at my best, knowing that I could definitely be in a better position. Um, my mood, my energy, I just felt shitty at the end of the day. I just felt crappy.
You will feel like you were blaming yourself a lot, right? When you're like looking in the mirror and you feel
Yeah.
big, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I just feel disgusting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's something that you obviously have to do for yourself and realize like you need to snap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially as a man, like in general, when you have a lot of shit going against you and you feel like you're in a rock bottom situation, and you look at yourself and your appearance is not what you want it to be. I think sometimes we need that. And I went through that situation, and I just snapped out of it and just like, all right, I need to start slowly just taking
Yeah.
care of myself, and just day to by day, nothing drastic, always like start off slow, start out minimal, and don't, I guess, try to complicate it for yourself.
Mhm.
Just try to take it step by step. And to me, that was like probably the easiest way to kind of get into it. And I did. And I pretty much, I just try to make it enjoyable for myself. Like, even, making it, kind of like a competition with my friends, like, getting them to go, and they did. And it just keeps it going, that competition
That's
too.
crazy. You have friends like that, but I don't. I wish I had competitive friends with me that would want to go to the gym with
Yep.
me. I used to, but he was just the type of guy that just toxic himself.
Right. I think you told me about this.
Yeah, about that one dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a coworker myself that he was, if I remember right, he was like 390,
Wow.
and he lost 100 pounds, and now he's 200, like in the 290s, 280s, and
That's
he
impressive. That's
oh,
a lot. Like, that's a big win.
he just showed me his pictures of when he was 390 until he is now. Like, bro, there is a big
Yep.
difference. Like, oh my God, 100 pounds did it. Wonderful for you. And he's still going. I was with him in the gym 2 days ago at the rec center. And he's putting the work in completely.
Yeah, and like for me too, like putting in the work, right? That's very important. And also, there's times where maybe you're not as consistent, which is
Mhm.
normal, right? In anything, like life's gonna happen, things become more a priority, and it's not an excuse. But like me right now, I'm not as consistent as I was before. But I know that I need to get back into it. And right now, like I just told my wife yesterday, like I need to get back into my routine. I need to
Mhm.
start fasting again. I need to just do those things that I was doing, because they make a big difference, especially if you want to maintain, a wellness and health for, for a long time. There's a lot of things you need to do, and, you got to make that sacrifice too. But it's definitely hard, but it's rewarding at the end of the day.
And you said, wife, you just got married, I think, like almost a year ago, probably?
No,
No?
no,
A few months ago, right?
yeah, we got married a few months ago.
That is
Yeah,
crazy. You got married,
Yeah.
bro. Like, man.
yeah.
I did not see that one coming at all.
No, I didn't
That
either.
was like a fastball. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
these guys getting married.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, I think before we had the podcast,
Mhm.
I don't know if we had a conversation during the podcast or off the podcast, but even I was just doing my thing. I was
Yeah.
I was in a really good spot. I was living, meeting people, having dates and here and there, and I was having fun. Like I can't
Yeah.
like, and I even told my wife, I'm like, I would never thought that I'd just meet you and this would
Settle
happen,
down.
settle down, marry, and it's crazy, but it's like I wouldn't trade it, because I learned that yes, I was having fun and I was doing my thing, but like this is special, like
Yeah, fun comes and goes.
Yeah.
Fun comes and goes.
Yep.
But the marriage and having that one special person,
Yep.
it will stick.
Yeah, and it's like it's still crazy. I'm like honestly, it's only been like since April.
Mm-hmm.
We met, we started dating, and then July we got married.
Well, how nervous were you when you were ready to pop that question? You were shitting your pants nervous?
Honestly, I wasn't. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I wasn't. Because I knew it. Like it felt like I knew that it was right, and I didn't feel. It was right. Yeah, it didn't feel wrong. I didn't have no like doubt.
Mm-hmm.
More doubt would be like from I guess what our families would think.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm like, well, at the end of the day, I'm marrying you. You know, you're marrying me. So when I knew that she was gonna say yes, and you know, I asked her, and she said yes, of course. And then you know, we just kind of kept it pretty simple. You know, we got married through the court, and we had a family, you know, wedding. And it was not, it was small but really nice. And you know, we're planning on having like a destination wedding, hopefully in like a year or two, maybe Mexico or Colombia. That's what we want to do, and just invest. You know, have a bigger wedding, but you know, do it big, and you know, God willing, everything turns out right. But yeah, it's amazing to get back to it. Yeah, I would never. I even told her, I'm like, I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to. Like, this is not something I wanted to, and it's crazy how life happens and how
you just went with your gut. You felt it, and like, you know, this is correct, this is right. I'm just gonna go for it, and there you are. You're a happy man now.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I don't get too stuck on happiness. Yeah. Like, and there's one thing I tell her, I'm like, I don't need to be happy. Like, I'm good and I'm content. Like with you know, having you know, my Michelangelo, my son, you know, and my family. As long as everybody's well and healthy, and you know, everybody's taken care of, I think that's all that matters. Like I want to be. I don't want to be happy every day. I want to be upset.
Oh, too much sweet is also bad for you.
Yeah, like I that's not good at all. You know, I want to have good days. I want bad days. You know.
Yeah, keep a balance, because if you have too much sweet, then you don't know what's bad. Then when it really hits you,
that's crazy. That's exactly what you said.
Like, damn.
Yeah, so I'm like, you can never get too comfortable. You know, I want to experience everything, and even this past few months, you know, we just got married in a short period of time, but we've experienced a lot of, you know, trials and tribulations, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I know, you know, what it's gonna do for us, what it's gonna do for me and her. So, and you know, everyone else that's around us. And at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that, you know, I couldn't have planned this. I know God did, and you know, He's the best.
I'm happy
planner.
for you, bro. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's wild. Even when I think about it myself.
Both of you have a lot of things in common. Like, are you both Latinos, correct?
Yes.
Does she speak Spanish too?
Not really.
Like no sabo kid.
No, well, so her parents grew up here. They were born here.
Oh,
so she's second generation. So I believe Spanish didn't get passed down to one of their grandparents or something like that. So she didn't learn it. Get to learn it. So she knows some stuff, but she doesn't really speak it.
But I could understand it if like it was like a conversation.
Sometimes.
Pick up things enough to put it together.
Yes, sometimes, yeah. So,
that's good. Mexican, correct?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You got things in common. Both of you like to go to the gym and do things. That's good.
Yeah, we're similar but different, you know, which is always good. You know, she thinks about life in a certain way. I think about it, you know, a different way. But I think that's what makes things work, right? Like, you don't want everybody to be identical like you. And she's helped me learn a lot, like grow as a person.
It's a good balance.
Yes. And same way with her, you know, like she tells me, you know, that, you know, I've always, you know, help her learn new things, and it's a good thing, you know. I think that's what you want when you're with someone. Learn
from each other's mistakes and each other's lessons.
Right. And
help each other move, have each other's back.
Yes, that's the most important part, right? You want to have each other's backs. And, I couldn't wish or want something different, because it's great. And you know,
I see you look a happy man, bro. I see a happy man.
I think so.
Right
most
now.
People tell me that, and I'm like, I don't know if I feel happy, but I know I'm happy. But it's definitely amazing.
Let's go back a little bit to the weight journey that you did a lot. What are a lot of the struggles that you went through to get fit and healthy again?
Struggles. I think probably the hardest thing would be looking at yourself every day.
Every day, looking in the mirror.
Looking in the mirror and like, man, I don't see a difference. I don't see that nothing's changing. I feel like I look the same. Maybe looking.
Desesperas.
Yeah. You get desperate, and
not desperate. You get frustrated.
That too. You get desperate and frustrated. You know, like you don't see nothing happening in real time.
You get frustrated.
And to me, you know, things like looking at yourself in the mirror, weighing yourself every day, not seeing anything. Maybe you go up and weigh, you know, which is normal, 100% normal.
It is normal. Water, eat food or something.
Yeah, you know, weighing yourself later in the afternoon, of course, you're going to be a little heavier. You weight. So definitely, you know, looking at yourself every day, weighing yourself every day, and comparing. I think that's the most human thing we do, right? We compare ourselves when we look at others being at the gym, like, oh man, this dude's fucking fit, stronger.
Dude, I know, because I was struggling. I was at 286. Now I'm at 276.
See, that's progress.
I lost it because of the job that I have. I like mowing lawns, cutting.
You're more active
outside, going up and down stairs, doing things, and just helped out. Now I'm starting to go to the gym after work. I'll be tired. My body's racked, but I try to make the effort. I'll go, and what's been helping me is just a pre-workout drink.
Yeah.
Because those things kind of make me
jittery,
and I just put my headphones on to some rock music and just
Yeah, and you gotta get locked in the zone. But that's good. Think about it. If you lost weight just off working, right? Imagine if you go to the gym 3-4 times a week. I mean, 3 or 4 days out of the week. Imagine you could lose extra 10 pounds, extra 15. So it adds up, right? Like everything matters.
Did food become a struggle for you?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I love food.
Trust me.
Awesome. I love food. And sometimes too, I notice that when I get stressed or going through a rough situation, I eat. Like I don't know if I binge eat, but I eat even if I'm not hungry. Maybe that's what it is.
Like if you're going through something mentally and you just want to stuff your feelings. Right?
Yeah. And maybe it's just, you know, like a way for me to cope with it or just forget about it. But I know for me that was a thing, and you just slowly gotta start like saying no. You know, having some type of discipline, which helps a lot. And there's days, there's gonna be months where maybe you're not as disciplined as you should be, but you gotta have some type of discipline. Yeah, like knowing how am I gonna feel tomorrow morning when I wake up, knowing that I ate this.
Like a good discipline is like making your workouts into a routine. Yeah, and that's some discipline is better than no discipline.
Yep.
And that's good. That's a good struggle you went through, and you pretty much have it down right now, right?
Well, like I said, right now, honestly, the past like 2 months, I really have been consistent. But I know that I do things throughout the day that help me know that I need to keep myself in balance. Maybe not eating as much, maybe eating once or twice a day. Fasting, like that's one thing I'm getting back into is fasting because
you did do the intermittent fasting, and it worked wonders for you.
Yes, I honestly, I think if everybody should be doing it, you know, whether you're a guy or, you know, a girl, you should be definitely doing it. It'll help your energy, your mind.
I try that, but it makes my head hurt, and I just become angrier for me for some reason.
That's when you know you're fasting, because that's your body going through the feeling of it, and that only lasts about a day or two. To be honest, like if you could get through that for the first 2 days, maybe 1 day is enough. You'll get through it. You'll get away from that feeling. You just need to stay hydrated.
But I'm the type of person that when I get like that, I get very, very tickish. Like anything bothers me. You get
pissed off,
and everything. And anything sets me off when I try to do intermittent fasting.
Yeah, you snap more. Yeah.
Yes, and I hate that about me.
Same. No, I mean, I get like that too. But like I said, after a day or two, it goes away. Just, you know, stay, you know, hydrated, drink coffee.
What I'm doing lately, I make breakfast my biggest meal, then lunch my medium meal, and my dinner my smallest meal. Try not to go heavy and try to eat something light before I go to sleep.
Right.
That way I don't have to deal with the intermittent fasting really. But I always try to make since I work with labor, I try to do my breakfast my biggest meal so I can burn it throughout the day before I go to lunch.
I kind of get that,
and it's been working out. And my lunch has been like something small, like a sandwich and some yogurt and something small just to keep me going for the rest of the day.
Right. And yeah, especially if you're more active and you're doing more hard labor. Yeah, it makes sense.
And what's lately been helping me out is going with sugar-free drinks.
I drink those all the time. Like, I don't really drink juice or anything like that. I mean, I drink water or I do like sugar-free or zero-calorie drinks. So, yeah, because instead of drinking your calories, you rather eat them.
Yeah,
that's a good hack.
And my thing is, my kryptonite is soda. it's soda kryptonite. That is the thing. That's why I switched to zero sugar.
Yeah.
You still get the bubbliness and everything.
Yeah.
It's got different taste, but
Do you think so?
Yeah, there is a different taste between the regular Coke and a zero Coke.
Honestly, I've been drinking the zero or the diets or whatever
Mm-hmm.
for maybe like 4 years now. So I haven't drank really regular stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it tastes like that. No.
Yeah, there is a difference, but you get used to the difference, so it's been sticking to me. I'll drink something that's there's something called like Clear in the Walmart brand.
Okay.
It's called seltzer water, but it tastes like soda, but no sugars.
Is it sparkling water or like flavored?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no sugar, zero sugar, and it's sweetened, so it kind of kicks the curb for me.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's what you
crazy.
got to do. You got to find things that are going to help you, get around those, not so good options.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to, work your way around it. You got to find things that are going to work for you.
Yeah,
At the
and
end of the day.
sugar is a big fat add-on.
Yeah, well,
So
the problem
much.
is that most people don't use sugar properly. Like
Mhm.
most of us are very insulin, resistant, or we don't know how to properly use it. Sugar's not bad; it's good. It has good benefits, but we don't use it right. Or a lot of it, or we don't eat the
You gotta
right
have
sugar.
a balance
Yeah.
for it.
So that's why like most people that lose weight usually
Mhm.
do high protein, low carbs, because carbs turn into sugars at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Or if you do like keto, which is high fat. Fat doesn't spike your insulin or anything like
Mhm.
that. So it's a healthier option, but you don't get too many options to eat.
I had an old friend that did the keto, and he lost a crap ton of weight.
I've done that before too. You could lose a lot of weight.
Mhm.
The only one thing, at least for me, I did it super strict
Mhm.
for like 3 months, like super strict. Like I'm telling you, super strict. Like and
He
I
was
lost
super strict too, and he will post every day. There's these little strips.
the
I
strips, the
guess.
keto, yeah, the P
Yeah,
strips, or the for your ketone levels, yeah.
Yeah, you dip it into your piss or something,
Yeah.
and it's a certain color. It shows that you're in a
Ketosis, yeah.
ketosis, right?
Yeah.
And that dude lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. The only one thing about keto that I don't like, I think for me, it's super hard to maintain for a long period because you
Mhm.
get tired of the foods. At least I did. You get tired of the foods. Nowadays, a little bit better because there's so many options that people are coming out with keto friendly stuff. So you can do it a little bit for a longer period of time. But for me, when I did it, there wasn't too many options. But I got bored of eating the same things over and
I've
over.
seen keto bagels in stores before.
Yeah.
Like protein bagels.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, damn, no carbs?
Yeah, so there's no carbs. They use like some type of like almond flour
Mm-hmm.
or different things to mimic what regular flour or different ingredients that they use that are low carb and won't spike your insulin and low carb at the end of the day.
Mhm. And all right, let's see achievements that you have literally seen after losing all that weight and being healthy. What are the achievements that you?
I mean, I think probably number one is confidence.
Yeah.
You feel like a fucking man. You feel good. You look good. Honestly, I felt amazing, and I mean, I have pictures that I would compare. Like, damn, I never looked this
Mm-hmm.
way before. Like I looked like this. Like my shoulders are crazy. My arms are crazy. Like I feel I looked good, and that's probably the number one accomplishment. Your confidence goes up. You feel a lot better about yourself, and also, second, I would say is that without you knowing it, you inspire and motivate others.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people that, oh my god, how the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, put me on, and I would because at the end of the day, like it doesn't hurt me to help someone out because I think that's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I didn't think like that a few years ago. I didn't think like that, but now I do because at the end of the day, it doesn't help me just to keep it to myself. But definitely helping others is a great achievement. Being able to motivate others or inspire
A
others.
role model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. And it's just a good fulfillment you get from it. That would be probably definitely two, and then third, it's just I think just knowing that you started at this point and then you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the big difference and
From a side to side picture.
Yes.
You'd be like, this is you back then and this is you now. Like, wow.
yeah,
I showed my coworker that's losing the weight, and he was like, "Oh damn, he lost all that weight. He looking good." Like, yeah, man. And it's all about keep going and going.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's working out, so I see him losing weight and he's showing his scales. Like, damn, dude, keep going, bro.
Yeah, no, it's definitely probably the greatest feeling, especially we could experience. Like, think about it. Like,
You feel like a Superman, like
you feel
somebody's looking up to you, like, oh man, this
you
guy
feel like
lost
the
that.
shit. That's all I know. Like, literally, like, I know that that's probably like the thing that inspires us the most. Like when people compliment us, right? Like, it's just, I mean, especially if you're single and you're dating, like, you got fucking girls, coming at you and like, oh my god, like, work out with me and stuff like that, and that's probably one of the, I would say not accomplishments, but a good feeling that I would get, like, being complimented.
That's good. Yeah. That it does feel good, especially when you start wearing clothing that you never thought you would fit into,
shit,
and now you feel like, damn, it feels good.
And then fourth, I'd probably say, just being competitive. Like, it's not an achievement, but it's something that you naturally get when you start feeling really good about yourself. You want to become more competitive, whether it's your friends or people you see in the gym. And I know for me, like with me and my friends, we were who could bench press more, and it just be cool. Like, you can't do it. Like, stop being a pussy. Like, do it. And just pushing each other.
2 days ago, I was like that competitive at the gym because I started going back, and I could still bench pretty good. I'm still benching like 160.
Nice.
I used to be 200 at benching easily, but now I went down since I wasn't working out for months, and now I went down to 160 bench. Like, I mean, it's still
it's still good, but then it pisses you off. Like, damn, I was pushing this.
Yeah, I saw another guy right there. It was just, it's a small gym at the rec center, and I saw the guy was acting like he's the shit, but he was only doing like what is it, 25 and 35 on each side. So he felt like the shit, Then he went on the machine. Then I put make sure I was 160 pounds, and I was doing way more like and that dude was just looking at like damn, this guy's doing way more, and I'm freaking being cocky doing this little shit. Yeah, and I kind of felt competitive. I'm just
you need that. You need that in everything you do. I think it's a good thing, not a bad thing. I think most people think of it as a bad thing, but I think it's needed.
It's actually a good thing because it pushes you to strive to your achievements.
Yeah. You gotta push yourself, even if you not necessarily fail, but you can't do it right. Like it gets you to a point where you want to try it. You want to get past that point and do it. So it's definitely necessary.
Yeah, and plus you feel good now. You're healthy, right?
Yeah,
healthy and everything. You can move. You can do things that you never thought you could do.
Oh, hell yeah. I was just looking at this video, like, when I was super, I was doing the carnivore diet, and a few months, what was it, like maybe 4 months ago, and I was super lean. I wasn't really focused on strength, but I was getting back into just pushing myself in strength, and I was really, really, really lean. And I was doing burpees and push-ups with my son. Like, he was watching me. I was watching the video. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I never thought I'd be able to do this, like, or even pull-ups. Like, now I could do them. And I'm like, I never was able to do pull-ups before.
Don't you wish sometimes that you can go back to the past and show your past self, like, look what you can become. I'm not here. Keep going.
Yeah,
maybe you could be there earlier.
Yes, but maybe then I might jinx it. Like.
Jinx it, yeah.
And it's funny because last night we were just watching X-Men, the past of the
future past.
Yeah. And it's like one thing, like, obviously it could change anything, right? If you go back and it changes the course of the future.
I think it could jinx it because like, at that early age, and you're probably going out a different route, probably get married earlier
and be a fuck up. No, but I'm glad how things happen, and I think like I said, God is the one that does the planning, and we just move forward, and you gotta, move as it comes, and that's the best way to go.
I've noticed you keep saying God and God like that a lot of on your sentences. So, you have become very, very religious recently, correct? Right?
I wouldn't consider it religious, to be honest. Like, I don't like that word because I feel like when people say it, sometimes they think like you're trying to be perfect or that you're better than others, and that's not at all. That's not at all the point of it. I think I definitely became a believer, a full on believer.
You found religion.
Well, I found and I followed Jesus Christ. I to me, I've always known about God, Jesus, the Holy Trinity growing up. And I grew up and I really didn't believe it because I was just told, oh, you need to learn and you need to go to church. And I knew some things, but I didn't know everything. And then as I got older, I think I naturally just became like not not rebellious, but I just became like to a point where I'm like, oh, I don't believe in that.
You became lost, and
Yeah,
mhm.
essentially, it became lost, and I'm just like, well, I don't believe in that. It's not real because you can't prove it to me. That's what I would always say, and I think that's what most people say when they think and they know, when
Yeah.
they think they know what it is, and there's, I think you're missing out on things. You're missing out on something great if you're really saying that, because if you think it doesn't exist, why do you think it doesn't exist? If by
Mm.
saying it doesn't exist, you have to believe that it exists because you're denying it.
That is a good
You
point
know,
right there. I never thought about that till
by
now.
saying it doesn't, at the same time you're saying it does exist because you're arguing it. And to me, I was like that too for the longest. I was like, oh, it doesn't exist because you can't prove me. Like this was thousands or million years ago. Supposedly this person lived, right? This was what I would say. And when I started like just being open,
Mm-hmm.
being open to understanding, everything just started kind of working, and I started seeing it. So if it's I'm seeing proof and evidence of it, right? Why wouldn't I want to experience the maximum benefit of it?
Mm-hmm.
And so as I started kind of like learning or like putting faith, having faith, right? I met my wife who was going through her, spiritual journey, herself. She invited me to her baptism.
Christian, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes. If you want to put a label, yes.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think if you're a follower of Jesus, we're all the same. But that's my opinion, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what technically what it means to be. But she got baptized, right? And I went, and I'm like, whoa, this is different. I to the churches I've been to growing up,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like a church.
Yeah.
This looks just like a regular building, so I was just like a little bit like weirded out.
Because you grew up Catholic
Yeah,
and going to church.
exactly, yeah.
Everybody's in rows and
Yes.
everything like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the priests, and they
Mm-hmm.
have the whole process of it, and I went to it because I wanted to support her. I know it was very important to her, and I'm like, I'll be there if you want me to go. I went, and I never experienced anything like it. And I don't want to sound corny, like I'm making it up, or
Mm-hmm.
like I'm blowing this shit up, because I'm not. But I went there, and literally you could feel it, like you could feel it. And I don't know if it was just because of the music, it was so live, and everybody was singing, everybody felt it, like you could feel it. Even if you walk in that room and you weren't, I guess, not a believer, or your first time going in, you cannot lie and say you wouldn't feel anything, because you literally feel it. Like I even started, not, I don't want to say teary eyed, but I literally felt like something, like I'm like, what the fuck am I
You
feeling?
felt goodness. You felt good vibes.
Yeah, I felt like almost
A cleanse. Like everything that was in you.
yeah, I
felt
felt
a
like
cleanse.
I was kind of like being overwhelmed by joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why am I feeling this? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is not normal. Like, I never felt this. And I felt good, and I was happy for her. And I can't even remember what the service of the sermon was about that day. But I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then I think before that next week, she's like, hey, do you want to, go to church? And I'm like, okay, I'm down. Like, not against it, but I'm like, okay, like I'm down to, see what, see it and see what happens. And from then, I just started going, and not because I was being forced or for her. I just started going because I felt good,
Mm-hmm.
and I started feeling like some type of connection. Like I started feeling really good about myself, and just things started happening for me. And to me, that I'm like, well, I'm having evidence right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to see what happens, like, and we started going, and then we did this course called Alpha. It's for anybody who's never been to church, who's a believer, who's a not believer, who's lost or whatever. Who just anybody can go. Anybody can go. Any walk of life. You could be a saint, as you could be, whatever, whatever you label yourself. You could be, a rainbow person or whatever, and you go, and if you just want to know, even if it's to say, oh, see, it's fake or it's a lie, you go, and most people end up becoming a believer, and it's because there's a lot of things that happen
Mm-hmm.
that, like, for example, what happened to me. It's a group, there's a bunch of groups, and you get paired up in a random group, and it's just pretty much you watch a video, and there's conversations about what was said, what do you think, and it just goes on like that every week. And after week and week and week, like I
Mm-hmm.
literally, I'd be the one talking the most, and it'd be crazy because I was going there. I thought it was gonna be like a debate. That's what I thought when I went. I thought it was gonna be a debate, but it wasn't. It was just simply just like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? About the question, do you think is this? How does it feel to think like that? How would you feel if you were living back then and you saw like him? And there was a bunch of questions every week. There were different questions, and every week I just felt like I was getting more connected and more connected, and things were happening to me to the point where I'm like, this, I feel like God is here with me. I feel like He's here and he wants me to kind of be able to follow him and see the good things that will happen to me. And I'm not saying that they're always going to be good things because you're always going to get tested, but that's just how it kept happening for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. And then we had this event called Day One, and it was like kind of like a whole day instead of like an hour every week. It was like a whole day thing, and I just had like a moment where I'm like, like I surrender, like I accept Jesus as my savior, and I just felt amazing. And ever since then, like honestly, life's gone to a point where I never thought it would be, and I'm happy the way that things have come out and planned out. And yeah, it's just a journey from here. You
What
know,
can you tell me that has brought to you? What has finding religion and its achievement that you've been going through? What can you tell me that it has brought to you?
to me,
Do you feel like it brought happiness and joy to you?
so
A change of different
I,
look in
I
life?
definitely a way I look at life and how I want to, I guess, make God proud.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not perfect at all. I make mistakes. Like I still argue with my wife, and I'm petty sometimes. But I've changed, and I'm making improvements because I know that if I want to live almost like a life like Christ, I need to do things better, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I need to do these things that I know will make him happy, and I know at the end of it, they're gonna make me a better person, not because I'm being forced, but because I want to. And an achievement of it, I would say, is that I know I have the best ally,
Mm-hmm.
ally with me, you know,
God.
and like there's no one that, and there's nothing in this world that would ever be as powerful as the all-knowing God.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't I want that? It's like working out, right? Like, yes, hitting a bench press of 255 or 265 is amazing, but imagine you could lift 1,000 with God. Like the
Mm-hmm.
example I'm trying to give, and to me that's probably the best achievement. But also knowing that how it's affecting like my son, like I never would have thought my son would be listening to worship music. Like
Mm-hmm.
like there's days where he wakes up and he goes potty, and then he starts singing this worship song called Trust in God, which is a beautiful song. And it's just like I would have never thought this, like beginning of the year, like my
Well,
son.
yeah, you're his dad. He,
Yeah,
he looks up to
yeah,
you.
and
All
it's
dads.
yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, I think that we need we need more people to find God because it's for the good. And I'm not trying to push any shit down anybody's
Yeah,
throat,
no problem. Yeah.
but to me, is like if you have never experienced it,
Mm-hmm.
give it a chance. If it doesn't, if you feel like it's not for you, great. At least give it a chance because you're already saying it's not for you, or you're denying it.
Oh no, I'm not denying God.
No,
I
I'm
believe
not
in
talking to you.
God.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talking in
Okay,
general.
okay.
In general.
I believe in God and everything and all Jesus Christ and all that, but I just believe it in my own way,
Right.
and I just don't like also following other groups.
Right.
It's just to me, I don't like being in a herd. I'd rather be believing in my own way. I know He's there and He listens, and I know He throws curveballs at us
100%.
just to test us in life. And I know because I know that He's thrown so many curveballs at my life,
Right.
and I know one day it's for a reason
Yes.
to test us to make us stronger. And I know, and I don't swear towards God, but I don't say bad towards Him either,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't blame Him. But I rather blame myself because I failed the test, whatever He threw at
Right.
me. But I believe it in my own way.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like going to churches and groups like that. I just
Well,
believe in my own
let
thing.
me ask you this: have you, right? Like you say, you don't like to, right? Have you given it a chance?
I don't think so.
You got to at least try it, right? Just like going to the gym, right? You want to lose weight, you got to step into a gym. You got to eat less. You got to count your calories. You want to do something to step out of your zone that you weren't doing before to get you a different result. So what I would just say is,
I've been to church many times in my life.
but I'm saying, have you been to somewhere where it doesn't feel like you are being forced to go? There's a big difference, right? Like, you're not going to stay somewhere you're not comfortable.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And I've been in those places. I've been in a lot of churches, growing up. And it's nothing against it. But to me, when I went to, to the church I go to, it didn't feel forced. It just felt like different. To me, it felt different. And it felt like I truly understood it. Like, also the message, like, I think the way the message gets delivered makes a big difference too. If you truly understand it, it's gonna reciprocate, and it's gonna stay with you much better than just someone reading off a book, or you not really being, I guess, paying attention to, or really being in the moment. But for me, everyone's journey is different.
Yeah,
I'm not judging. I would never, in my life experience, think that I would be talking to someone about, God, and trying to, say, God is good for you. But at the end of the day, everyone's journey is different. I know what it's done for me. I know what it's going to do for me. And that's it. At the end of the day, everybody has their own testimony. Like you said, you have a lot of curveballs thrown at you. So have I. Even more now that I'm, closer to God, and it's for a reason. It's for a reason. How easy am I going to break away and say, I'm done, and I'm going to go do my thing?
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it.
I'm just the type of guy that I will show my respect to God, and I feel God. I will show my respect, and I will put my knee down for him, and just respect him and everything. But I'm just not very type of person really be part of the group, a part of the herd. I just rather be on the other lane and go in my own lane.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? Like, not to get too, into the topic, but have you ever been to like a convention or a Comic-Con or anything like that? You're a fan of anime,
I've been
right?
to conventions.
You're a fan of anime, right? So you've been to a convention. What was it about?
Tattoos.
Tattoos? Is that on a group?
It is a type of group.
Is that not considered a herd because it's a big group going for one reason thing, that everybody likes or finds similar?
That is a good point right there. I never thought about it.
So
like that.
So okay, you're going to, for people who, enjoy tattoos or want to see it, right? I have tattoos, so I love tattoos. Wouldn't you want to be surrounded with people who think like you, though? People who want to better themselves. Because you told me earlier in the beginning of the pod, you told me you wish you had friends that wanted to push each other and go to the gym, be healthy.
I do.
So tell me.
I would like to have friends like that are like that, but not exactly like me, because I know how I am.
Right.
I will fight with my own self.
But that's fine. Arguing and fighting is part of life. It always will be. I haven't read too much of the Bible, but in the Bible, there's a lot of conflict. Trust me, there's a lot of conflict in there, and that's part of life. But what I'm saying is, if you want to be with people who think like you, want to be better, and want to be not only physically good, but spiritually good, when we're gone and we're not here, and wouldn't you want that? I'm just saying, like, think about it, because you're saying that you don't want to be a part of the herd, but there's things that we do being part of the herd every day. Whether it's, buying things because of a certain brand, going to certain places, trying to keep an image. Not saying that everyone's like that, but we do things that are herd like, intentionally or unintentionally.
I do a lot of things that are intentionally myself. That I believe sometimes I am a little bit a toxic person. Somebody sometimes I feel like I want to do better than that person, and I'm just going to find a way how to throw a curb down so they can go under me. Yeah. That's just my type of thinking. I don't know why, but that's just me.
I think it's just, our human nature. We want to think only about ourselves with ourselves. We don't want to think about nobody else, and we think we have it all worked out. We have it all planned out. Yeah. At the end of the day, we don't. Like, how many times have you made plans and they don't pan out and they don't work?
Many. And the thing is, I become conniving at times, and I hate that about myself.
Yeah.
And I
Same
always
here.
catch myself doing that.
Same here, and I've gotten better. I'm not perfect, like I said, but
Yeah, I'm
I've
not
gotten
perfect
better.
either.
And there's sometimes where I fuck up and I mess up, but I realize and I reflect, and then I just ask God for, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I just show me how. Pretty simple. Show me how to be better. Allow me to be better, and at the end of the day, that's how I move forward. And yeah, no, and that's like I said, I'm not trying to get preachy with anybody, but
Mm-hmm.
that's been my testimony. That's been my big revelation. And at the end of the day, I feel like I've gotten better. I want to do better. I want to continue being better. And if there's people in my life that I truly love, why wouldn't I want that for them either?
That is a good point. Good way to point
Like you if you care for others, you truly care for others. Why wouldn't you want them to experience what you're experiencing? And you can't control or push others to do it. You just got to say, hey, there's this option.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door. If they want to walk through it, they can. And it's on them at the end of the day. And that's the way I see it.
And the way that I'm looking at you, I feel like I want to start giving it more a try, because I'm looking at you and I see that you are better than when I had you in my last podcast, and I see you in a higher plane. And I think I would like that a little bit more. So I'm not the type of person to ask for help or anything
Same.
or ask from
Yeah.
God, but I think I'm feeling that I should start asking more of God and throw me a little bit more answers and goodness, and I'll try to do more better now.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago, there was a service, about, it was whatever, we were at church, and there was service, and it's always like, we always ask, right? We always ask, like,
Mm-hmm.
God, help me with this, but what you should, like, what I realized for me, not saying that this is exactly what works for me, but for me, I try not to ask for things. I try to always start and mainly focus on being thankful. Like, 2 nights ago, I've been sick for the last week. I remember I told you that I couldn't come in because my son
Yeah.
got sick. He got sick, and the next day my wife got sick really bad. And
All
then,
of us went through that here too,
dude,
So,
so
something's
one
going
got it,
around.
she got it, my son got
Mhm.
it, she got it, and then I got it. And I haven't been sick in a long time, and I got really sick. And I couldn't sleep because I was like going through it. And I got up, I went to the living room. I wanted to sleep like in the couch sitting up
Mhm.
because I didn't feel comfortable. And I just took a moment. I was so much pain. I just prayed. And I started praying about being thankful. Like all the thankful things that that have been happening to me and it will happen. And literally, I kid you not, I even told my wife the next day, it all went away on God. The minute I stopped praying and I
Mhm.
finished my prayer about being thankful, I didn't even say, "Oh, I want to feel better" or anything. I just prayed about being thankful on God. Everything went away.
That's good.
I'm not even making this up. It was crazy because I'm like, what the like? I was like, what the fuck? Like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
It literally went away. I had not taken no medicine. I was going through it. I was like vomiting, and I had go number 3 at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
I was in a bad spot. I kid you not. I couldn't sleep. My stomach was like killing me. I felt like shit. And the minute I stopped saying my prayer, it went away.
Wow.
Went away.
That's a powerful story, dude.
And that's a small example. Like
Small
a bunch of
example.
things that have happened like that to me. And it's like I said, like everyone goes through their own experience. I'm not saying it's gonna be like that for everybody, but when you open that door and you truly
Mm-hmm.
want to have that connection, it's gonna happen. Somebody can't force it for you. Somebody can't make it happen for you. Only you can. And that's, I can't wait to next year or later on when we make another podcast.
Yeah.
I can't wait to share whatever happens because it's gonna be everlasting. Like what you'll earn
Mm-hmm.
and get when we're gone. And yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I don't
Wow,
want to get
dude.
preachy, but bro, if you ever want to come, this weekend, or I know it's Christmas time, this is the perfect time for anybody, to whether you're a believer or not, it won't kill you, it won't hurt you, stepping into a door and just being open to it.
Yeah, I will let you know anything, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're almost going to be coming towards the end, so let's start wrapping things up a little bit more because I want to talk about what our future goals that you want, that you already having good things in. What are future goals that you want to achieve? Keep going in life. What do you want to achieve more in life?
At least for me, I definitely want to be in a better position, not just financially, but I just want to be in a better position in which I could be able to provide more opportunities, not only for my
Mm-hmm.
family, but for others. I definitely, it's not something I've ever wanted. It just recently, I just really started getting like this, like they call it a holy burden. Like it's just something I really have this urge to do. I just want to be able to help others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I feel it deep inside. Like pause. I I I want to be able to help others, and hopefully, there's. I ask God, to help me to find a way that I'm able to do that. You never know who you're able to help, but I want to be able to help. I want to be able to become more, I guess, active or more of a within the community.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to do something. I don't know why. It's just something I feel like I want. I feel like I need to do and I want to do.
Go for it, man.
Yeah,
Go for
I don't
it.
know. I don't know what it is, but I definitely know something's gonna happen, and I ask God, to lead me to that way. But I definitely want to do something, which I could do something like that.
Yeah.
I definitely know I want to expand the family. I want to have more kids. So
Yeah.
God willing, everything happens, and I'm able to do that.
I believe in you, bro. You can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you, bro.
Yeah. And I want to do. I want to do that. I also want to get. Actually, I took a pause or break on music, and right now I've been just getting back into it. Just try coming up with ideas, and I have, and I don't necessarily want to become like a Christian rapper or anything like that. Um,
But you want to add a little bit of the Lord into it.
yeah, and actually I did. I
Mm-hmm.
made one dope ass song. I made it like randomly. Like a lot of the music I make now, like when I do make music, it's like pretty quick. Like I make the beat and then I record on the
Mm-hmm.
spot, like everything off the top. And I literally came up with this one. I made the song and literally it's dope because it's rap trappy, but it's like it's a good message. Like it's me, like kind of a
Mm-hmm.
worship song in a sense, and just me like giving me my own twist. And it came out dope, and I shared it with people. I'm like, damn, this is actually like hard. Like it's dope. Like it doesn't sound like a Christian or
Mm-hmm.
song or anything like that, which is not the point. But it's like a good song with a good message, and so I want to focus on being able to come up with good music that I feel I can make God proud, and also make myself proud because I love rap, and I definitely want to get back really consistent with it, and ultimately just become maintain health. I think
Mm-hmm.
we need that. We need to be able to maintain our make that a priority for everybody. Because that's what keeps us going. If you're not healthy, you're dead. You're
Exactly.
dead, and you're not doing shit for yourself. You can't do shit for others.
Especially since we have kids, we
Yeah,
want to be there longer for them.
yeah. I look at my son, man. I just told you about your son. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, he's so fucking big,
Oh, my little boy. Oh yeah, he's
bro.
getting
Because they're almost the
bigger.
same age, I think, right?
Yeah, I think yours is like a few months
Yeah,
older.
yeah,
Same
and
year, 2021.
yeah,
Yeah, same
yeah.
here.
And I'm just
2021.
like, bro, no way. Like when I saw that picture of him, I'm like, no way, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and that's the way, same way I feel when I look at my son. I'm like, bro, why do you
Time
look so
passes.
big?
Yeah.
Stop growing, like that shit. I'm like, stop growing. Why are you trying to grow so fast? But yeah, I would say those are my goals. I think for the future, and it's all gonna happen. When it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't try to plan it, but we know when we plan things, sometimes they don't happen because we try to make it at our time, and that's
I
for me
think I
probably.
just heard a screaming. I think that is my son
Yeah, I
upstairs.
heard him. I heard him.
Yeah, he's having fun or something.
Yeah, man. No, it's definitely I think that's probably the biggest thing. Just try to be and go over too. Be a better dad, be a better husband, be a better son, be a
Mm-hmm.
better individual to others, and I definitely know that I haven't been the best, but I want to be better, and that's definitely a goal, a
Yeah.
selfish goal, if I want to say it like.
A goal is a goal, man. I believe in you, bro, and
I
I've
appreciate
noticed
it.
that you achieve so much, and I know you will achieve these too, bro.
Appreciate it,
You will
man.
get
And same
there.
for you, man. I feel like you have a lot of potential. Maybe you don't unlock it. Maybe you don't. push yourself.
That is the thing. I have a thing about that. I have a lot of potential. Everybody says I just have trouble unlocking it. Sometimes I doubt myself.
I think also you get stuck in your ways.
Yes, I get stuck in my ways. I do.
From looking out, if I'm being, pretty, direct, I think you probably like keeping things a certain way. You don't want to break yourself out of your shell.
Yes, and I do end up coming out like these. Like they keep pushing myself, but I get doubts. But eventually I say, you know what, fuck it, go.
Like even the podcast. Yeah. Like at first you didn't start, you were telling me you wanted to do it, and then suddenly you came out and you started recording. Same way. Like don't think about it too much. And even for me, like certain things I want to do and I don't do, or I do and I drag to do it. But sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and do it. Like at the end of the day, like think about how much time we have left on Earth.
Yeah. Like one thing that I did, I didn't think I could build something, and I built these table that I have right now.
You build this?
Yeah, I built it.
That's dope.
And I just said, fuck it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to keep looking at YouTube videos, how to measure and everything. And I did it.
Think about it.
Yep. I just say, fuck it, jump it, and try to do it. If I fuck
I'm sure
up,
it took
at
you
least
time.
I'll learn.
I'm sure it took you a decent time, but if you
a
come up
week.
with another one, it's going to take you less.
Oh, yeah. I want to build more tables.
That's
now,
what I'm saying.
Getting used to it. More and more you do it, the more perfection it becomes.
Yeah. So I think that's for me, just looking in. I think that you have a lot of potential, but I think you need to push yourself.
Yeah, I need to push myself.
And you need I also, man, like I said, surround yourself with other people too. Be different, have people that are different, and put yourself in situations that are uncomfortable.
Yes. Becoming uncomfortable breaks you out more. Yeah. It makes you more, how do I say, getting out of your comfort zone, it helps you achieve more.
Yeah, and also, one of my favorite sayings is get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like
that is a good way. I never thought of that.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's gonna help you at the end of the day. And like I said, no matter what you do, always try something new, or put yourself in a different situation. That way you're able to grow and experience.
I need to start getting out of my shell more and more. But I do get stuck in my ways and just trap myself.
It's easy to do that, right? Like you get comfortable doing a certain pattern day to day, and you don't want to get out of it because it's gonna break your whole routine. But
I'm more about routines.
Yeah, complacement. Yeah,
bro, this was an awesome time that I had with you, bro. I love to hear about your journeys you had, your weight training journeys, and your religion journeys, and I feel more inspired. And I just want to keep doing more podcasts, and I hope to do another one with you.
Oh yeah,
within a few more months. How your life is going from here till then.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate you, reaching out and hitting me up to do it, because it was dope. Yeah. And I really enjoyed the first one we did, which is totally different. But yeah. No, it's dope, and I appreciate you having me. And hopefully, definitely, God willing, we have another.
Yeah, eventually, I want to do more funny ones or comedic ones.
I'm on that. I'm all on that. I'm never gonna be serious. I'm always gonna be me at the end of the day. But there's definitely changes, but I'm always gonna be me. I still fuck around. I do all that.
Oh, I love
at
to
the
fuck
end of
around
too.
Yeah. Throw jokes here and there. Even my job, we'll say shit each other, but in a good way to bust each other chops. Yeah. Hell yeah. All start laughing, bro.
I do that. Trust me, my wife gets annoyed to the point I do too much of that shit. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I gotta be me. Yeah. I gotta be me, and it's all in fun. At the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me, bro. It was awesome having you, and I hope to have you back in my podcast.
Hell yeah. Bro. Make sure to stay tuned and follow, like, subscribe.
Hey, you stole that from me. I was supposed to do that, but thank you. Yeah, you heard him. You heard him. Like and subscribe, and do not fail him. Like and subscribe, all right?
Let's go.
Thank you, man, bro. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, have a good day.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.